Hey, YouTube family, I had the pleasure of interviewing the beautiful Garcelle Beauvais about her new Lifetime channel film, Taken at a Truck Stop, a Black Girl Missing Movie. And of course, this interview was conducted for EURweb.com, where you can get more entertainment news and celebrity exclusives. And if you like this video, go ahead and give it a like, subscribe to my channel, and share the content. Now, let's get right into it. We are here to talk about your very fabulous new project, Taken at a Truck Stop, a Black Girl Missing Movie.
Yeah.
You play a very tough trucker named
Mhm.
Kai,
Mhm.
and you are thrown into this manhunt after your niece is abducted by an online predator.
Yes.
So, to kick things off, what excited you most about stepping into Kai's world and telling her story?
Oh, I loved a lot of things about Kai. I did love her strength. I love that we are focusing also on a family, right? The sisters inheriting their dad's trucking company, which, by the way, there is a large group of female truckers out there that I have a newfound respect for. They're badasses. It's a tough job. We take it for granted what they do. And so, what I loved about the film itself is the relationship with my sister Madison and my niece Kai. And also, it just deals with a lot. It deals with mental health, it deals with autism. And then, of course, um, cyberbullying in terms of like, meeting someone, through the internet and feeling safe enough to tell them things that we should not be telling people. And so a lot of people can get in trouble, like my niece Toy did.
Yeah, that scene where the stalker approaches her at the
At the
diner. I was
restaurant, yeah.
I was like, I would be horrified because I spend an unhealthy amount of time on social media,
We
but I
all
don't want to meet
do.
any of these people,
We all do.
right?
No, we don't want to meet them. No.
Yeah. So let me go back to something you mentioned about the female truckers. Did you, in order to kind of fully occupy the headspace of this character, did you talk to female truckers, kind of
We
tap into
did.
that world? Okay.
Yeah, we did. We did. We had a few women that we spoke to that told us like how to get out of the truck, what's the demeanor, the danger, because a lot of them sleep in the cabin, and we don't, there were a lot of things I didn't know. First of all, we know that it's a lonely job. They're out on the road by themselves. They're out there for weeks and months at a time. They're also missing birthdays and anniversaries. Like it's such a isolated job, but the danger of it and the toughness of it. I mean, she even showed us, how to lock the cabin so no one can get in while they're sleeping. And I had never really been in a cabin to see that they have, a stove and a bed and all these things. And then when they go to the truck stops, there are the showers and the stores. It's a whole other world. And, I'm glad that we're bringing light to what they do, but also, keeping true with the Black Girl Missing franchise theme.
Of, of course. Why was it important for you to tell this story now about the dangers of online navigating social media and the stalkers and predators that look for victims online?
Yeah, I mean, you said it yourself. We are online all the time, almost 24 hours. We're sharing places, we're sharing where we are, sharing our food. And sometimes I think we give too much information. I have since we started the Black Girl Missing franchise, I've stopped sharing post in time, in real time. I'll wait until I'm out of the restaurant or out of the shop, wherever I am. And I think we have to be more cognizant of how much we share and how much people know. And this franchise, when we started with the Black Girl Missing, I was hoping that if we could get people to talk about it, then we have won. But what happened did it brought a lot of awareness. It made people, sort of take notice that when Black and brown women, men, boys go missing, that we need the same validation. We need the same urgency. We don't want someone to tell us, oh, they're runaways or they're on drugs or let's wait a few days when we know the first 48 hours are the most crucial time to find someone. So these are all things that I want people to talk about. And if you see something, say something. Let's get back to being a community so that we look out for one another.
Right on. And something else you can't do is
Mhm.
post real-time videos or photos of you on vacation because folks will break into your house.
Yes, they will. We're seeing it happen. We're seeing with the athletes when they're, playing ball and they know their schedule, right? They know they're not home because they're on the court or they're on the field. And I think we have to be careful with that too.
Yeah. Speaking of this franchise, for my readers and your fans who might be new to the Black Girl Missing franchise, how does Taken at a Truck Stop build on the Black Girl Missing franchise?
Well, the first one we did, the first Black Girl Missing, really dealt with my daughter being in college, and again, sharing too much information with somebody online. The second one we did was Abducted at an HBCU, which really dealt with being on the college campus. And again, that's another thing. If you're in college, make sure you build a little community within your college friends. So if you're missing a few classes, somebody's going, you know what, I haven't seen, Keisha in the last few days and check on her. I think that was it. And I was saying, my niece, who has daughters and she has one in college, she was like, girl, your movies scare me. And I go, that's kind of the point, just so that we're aware. I don't want to scare you that they don't want to live their lives, but scare enough that they're aware. So, how we build with taking out a truck stop is really dealing with family, dealing with the fact that Toy is autistic, dealing with mental health because the guy that abducted her, I don't think necessarily set out to kidnap her, but the situation sort of got out of hand.
I want to add on to what you just said. You want these films to scare just enough. This is my interpretation as well.
Yeah.
Scare just enough that they serve as a cautionary tale to kind of,
Amen.
yeah, right?
Amen. It's a
Yeah,
PSA.
yeah, exactly. The film, as we know, tackles or highlights autism through your niece, the character Toy.
Yes.
And she is battling, I don't know if I want to say battling, but she has neurodiversity, right?
Yes. Yes.
So why was it important? Why was that an important part of this story to highlight?
We thought really in the beginning of developing the story, we thought, why not? Right. And I think people have a misperception of, neurodivergence or autism in terms of like they can't function or, there's a lot of false stories out there. And it was important to show that, yes, she has it, but that doesn't stop her from living. That doesn't stop her from, being a teenager and wanting to go on the road with her auntie and, and sort of see the world. So we didn't want it to be a hindrance, but that's just an aspect of who she is.
One thing that was so true, like so true to real life in this film, is when we first meet her and she's telling your character that she's arguing with people online who are telling her she doesn't look autistic. And that's so true. People will argue with you online and say, well, you don't look autistic. It's like, well,
Right,
what is that supposed to mean? What does
right,
autism look like? Right. So, yeah,
right.
yeah,
So
very
that was
strange.
important for that very fact.
Exactly. This franchise has garnered critical acclaim and multiple awards. So, what does that success mean to you personally as, producer, actress?
Yeah. I mean, obviously, that's like the icing on the cake, but the real win for us is that people are talking about it. It's that, the movie, the first one did so well. It was trending on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it. And then just really the awareness and that people are talking. I talk to, journalists like yourself and, people who say, you know what? We realize that we take accountability because we don't know the names of the Black girls that can go missing. But can I tell you about the Natalie Holloways, the Gabby Petitos, the John Benet Ramseys? Absolutely. And it's like, well, that's the point right there. That's why we're doing it. So the awards and the accolades are great, but the message is really what's important to me.
Now, speaking of that, the message, what do you hope audiences are left either talking about or feeling after watching this film?
Well, I hope they go on the ride. I hope they learn not to share too much information online with people that you don't know. And then also, I think it's also a sense of community and family, and so I hope they'll get enjoyment out of it at the end, or, I don't want to give it away either, but I just hope they watch it and get the message.